Hello. I want to do a video based upon the argument that many theists or creationists come up with, and this argument is Pascal's wager. I have to say this is one of the most annoying arguments for me. I don't know about all atheists, but me personally, I find Pascal Wager to be the most kindergarten argument, useless argument, and then me personally, I think it's just driven. It's personally used to drive someone into converting by emotion. Now, I think many people have heard this argument before. The argument is believe in God. If you believe in God and there is no God, then you are say you wasted nothing. But if you don't believe in God and that there is a God, then you're going to go to hell and you just risked everything, and now you're going to perish in eternal hellfire. Okay, now I know many people think that Pascal Wager is a valid argument, and it's not. It sets up a false dichotomy, by the way, and it ignores the other religions. Now, if I was a Muslim and I came up to an atheist and said, "Oh, you better believe in Allah, or just in case, or you're gonna suffer in eternal hellfire if Allah is real." And if a Christian came up to an atheist and said, "Oh, you better believe in Jesus or God," because most Christians believe Jesus is God, but you better believe in Jesus, or just in case, because if Jesus is real, you're gonna suffer in eternal hellfire. Tell me how those two arguments are just as valuable. Um, First off, the atheist and the Christian can be wrong. What if Islam is right? What if you're worshiping as a Christian? What if you're worshiping Jesus alongside of Allah, and you get sent to hell for idolatry? Um, what if you find out that Allah is a true God? Well, guess what? You're in the same boat ride to hell along with the atheists. What if Islam, Judaism, and Christianity is wrong? What if Hinduism is right? You may get sent to that hell. What if what if atheism is right? Although atheism is not a religion, some creationists like to confuse the wording just so they can say what they wanted to say, but atheism is not a religion. It shouldn't be an ism, by the way, but it is. Um, what if the atheist is right? What if there is no God? And you're gonna say, "Oh, I have no cost. I didn't risk anything." Well, the fact of the matter is, every moment you spend worshiping a deity that didn't exist, every tithe you gave to the church, all that has been wasted. You you've wasted a greater portion of your life to nothing. So yes, it is something that you have risked, which is a life you could have lived probably not. I'm not gonna say better, but probably more worthwhile. So you could have lived a life to the fullest if this is the one and only life. Me personally, I don't see any reason to believe in an afterlife. That's why I take this life as precious and this life is unique and live it to the fullest. Um, it's like I don't understand why creationists go to this argument. This argument is so kindergarten, you know, believing what if it just sets up two options. What if one religion is right and atheist? Okay, well, first off, there's an infinite number of different gods, so uh, it doesn't save you from another god by believing in one. And not just that, when it comes to Christians saying this, particularly many Christians do say this, um, they say believe in God, just in case. Well, if the God that you believe in is omniscient, doesn't he kind of should know that you're believing in something not just because you believe in it, but because you want to save your ass from hellfire? Should he know it's not true faith or true belief? And by the way, it also says that belief is subject to will. Now, if you really believe this, that someone can make themselves believe in God, try making yourself believe in the tooth fairy. Now, many people who can make themselves believe in something, I personally, although there are people who can make themselves believe something, but I think if once someone find out that the tooth fairy is not real, although many people don't believe in the tooth fairy, and you can't prove the tooth fairy doesn't exist. So everybody want to say the same thing for God, that you can prove God doesn't exist. Well, you can't prove the tooth fairy exists, but doesn't exist. But let's just say most people do not believe in the tooth fairy. Can you make yourself believe in the tooth fairy? Most people don't believe in Santa Claus. Can you make yourself believe in Santa Claus? Belief is not subject to will. You can pretend you believe it, or you can say you believe it. But if your mind continue to reject the idea of something, like me, my mind continue to reject the idea of a deity that I cannot possibly justify my rationally justify my belief in, I'm not going to believe in it. Just like I cannot rationally justify a belief in Santa Claus. Why? Because I've never in my life seen any proof of a man who lives in the North Pole and who rides on a sled and flies across or flying reindeers and drop gifts down people's chimneys and come and eat cookies that people set for him during Christmas night. I've never seen any proof of that. I've never seen any proof that there's a man who, or not a man, but most people say don't compare God to man, but some type of being, an uncaused being that people say, that created everything, created the earth in 6 days. Um, I see no reason to believe that because there's no evidence of that. I don't see reason to believe that humans were descended of two original humans, Adam and Eve, where they were created from God. I don't see any reason to believe that. There's no evidence to support that argument. I see no reason to believe that at one point humans lived to 900 some years, 500 some years, 700 some years. Um, I see no reason to believe in that. So, um, Pascal Wager is a useless argument. You cannot make yourself believe in something. You can pretend you do, but you cannot rationally make yourself believe in something that you just do not accept. Your mind will continue to reject it. Um, and it's useless when it comes to the Christian argument. If God is omniscient, He should be able to see through your false faith or your false belief. Um, yeah, that's all I wanted to say about Pascal Wager. It is a useless argument. It's a kindergarten argument. I think it's an argument that if a Christian is going to use it to justify their support in God or their belief in God, this is going to make an atheist look at you like you're stupid or you're uneducated when you come up with that argument. Um, I truly understand why it's still so prominent. What if you're wrong? Yeah, but I can say the same thing. What if you're wrong? Then you wasted every moment while believing in something that did not exist. And if I'm wrong, guess what? I'm wrong. And if you truly think that it is moral for a God to send someone to eternal hellfire just because they didn't believe in Him, well, there are people who are, I don't know, let's say murderers, pedophiles, rapists, who goes around killing people that ask God for forgiveness and have belief in God and they get sent to heaven, then by my definition, my criteria of morality, you are morally bankrupt. And that's all I wanted to say. Peace.